At this time, graduates, please be seated. Good morning, Crusader Nation, and good morning, Mother Nature. The day that we've waited for is finally here. Board President, Mr. James Kelly, board members, Superintendent Dr. Gravener, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Williams, members of the administration, staff, parents, relatives, and guests. Welcome to the 60th commencement of Delsea Regional High School for the class of 2020. Let's hear it. Throughout the ceremony, we would ask your consideration in helping us honor our graduates by preserving the importance and sanctity of this event. At this time, I wish to introduce the President of Student Government Association, Riley Hunsinger, to welcome you to this year's graduation exercise.
Please stand for the presentation of colors by the JROTC and the Pledge of Allegiance, and remain standing for the singing of the National Anthem by Taylor Carino. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please allow for a moment of silence in memory of the victims of conflict throughout the world, and in respect to their families, and in honor of the many who serve our country defending our freedom. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Riley. At this time, I would like to present you to our 2020 third honor student, Elizabeth Neisel.
Hello. Well, here we are, graduating in person in July, which is weird but entirely typical of 2020. But regardless of how bizarre the world is right now, it wasn't for the majority of our high school career, and it won't be after this pandemic is contained. So what we worked for during the past 4 years will actually get to be used in our lives someday. Even if your college or your career or your military experience isn't beginning the way you expected it to begin, human civilization has shown that we do experience catastrophes, tragedies, calamities, and yes, even pandemics, and return ourselves to normalcy. The same will be true for human beings in 2020 or 2021. Our world has changed drastically and dramatically, and in many ways for the better. We have seen our community unify, sacrificing our own milestones to preserve generations old and new. We have seen a major push for human rights and the embrace of peaceful protest to demand equality and justice. There is a hope that things will get better, a hope that each year will bring us growth. We must hold on to that hope and hold on to each other, and we will see a bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. For the presentation of the Class of 2020 class gift, I'm going to bring up Jillian Zimmer, the treasurer of the Class of 2020. Before I bring up Jillian, I want to recognize the fact that she was selected as our Faculty Bowl winner in the virtual ceremony back in June. It's one of the highest honors we give to a student in this school. Let's hear it for Jillian. We're very proud of her. And accepting the class gift on behalf of the district is Dr. Melissa Williams, the Assistant Superintendent.
Our class, the class of 2020, had to leave our school, the place where we established our roots, and had to continue to grow and learn in the face of adversity. As our class gift, we decided to plant a tree that we will be able to watch grow in the same place we did, on the grounds of our home, Delsea Regional High School. Last night, we returned to our home and we used some of the remaining class money to finally come together as a class. We laughed, reminisced, and most importantly, smiled, under our masks, of course. In addition to saving money to help with the future class reunion, the class of 2020 will also be making a donation to the class of 2021, who is already experiencing some disruption to their senior year. Thank you to the entire Delsea family and community for your support of the Delsea class of 2020. And for your support of future Delsea classes as we make our way through this moment in history.
Thank you, Class of 2020. On behalf of the Board of Education and the administration, we proudly accept the gift. We will take care of the tree and make sure that it grows and blooms so that you have something to come back and look at. We wish you nothing but success, health, and happiness in the future. Congratulations, Class of 2020.
It is with great pleasure that at this time I present to you our 2020 Salutatorian, John Yankowski.
Welcome everybody, well, half of everybody, to the in-person Delsea Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. Before I begin, I want to give a quick shout out to my little sister who's watching me from home right now. I'm so thrilled to be up here giving another graduation speech. It's been 4 months since I last stepped foot in a classroom, but like I said, I'm thrilled. A big thank you goes out to everyone who made this day possible. I can't believe that we're actually graduating high school right now. 4 long, hard years of homework, tests, quizzes, notes, reading, writing, math, and science. And what do we get for it? A piece of paper. Now, the diploma is nice and all, but seriously, our experience here has been undeniably invaluable. And like all good things, our time at Delsea now comes to an end. We'll each go our separate ways, some further than others, but we'll always be one big Crusader nation. I also want to leave you with some words of advice. As the great Eagle Center, Jason Kelsey, in full mummer's garb, once said, "Hungry dogs run faster." That means if you really want something in life, you'll work harder or smarter than anyone else to achieve it. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up now. Remember, it's election year. Go out and vote. Make your voice be heard. Your vote counts. Black Lives Matter. And consider voting John Yokowski for president in 2040. Peace out, Delsea.
John's a hard act to follow. Thank you, John. At this time, I am pleased to welcome and introduce you to the Superintendent of Schools of the Delsea Regional School District, Dr. Pierre Gravener.
Good morning, graduates. I'm sure you all heard my amazing speech on the virtual graduation video. It was a good one. So I won't repeat it today. But I will offer $20 to the first person who can tell me something that I said in it to prove my belief that no one really listens to these speeches. As for today, Mr. Ciciola told me I had to stay under 60 seconds with my speech. So here goes. Let's start with a recap, shall we? Worldwide pandemic, Australia burned, hand washing, racial protests, murder hornets, Kobe Bryant, stock market plunge, more hand washing, Tiger King, and you know that she did it. Ventilators, impeachment, toilet paper, quarantine hair, a giant asteroid, more hand washing, don't wear a mask, wear a mask, spooky radio signal coming from space, Pentagon videos of UFOs, China, still hand washing, sports canceled, riots, statues, dust clouds, meth gators, and even more hand washing. No prom, no Disney, no senior Sunday, no senior cut day, no senior prank, and monsoon rains on the only day of graduation practice. This has not been your year. So I have 3 pieces of advice for you. 1, don't play the lottery because you have terrible luck. 2, if someone calls you Karen and is videotaping you, stop whatever you're doing and run away. And finally, and more seriously, don't ever forget that Delsea is a part of you. You are our family, and you will always have a home here. You'll be back, and we can't wait to see what you make of yourself. Go forth, Crusaders, and know that you are Delsea strong. Congratulations.
At this time, it is indeed an honor and a distinct pleasure to present to you our class of 2020 valedictorian, Sarah Neisel.
Okay, I can't follow up either of those, so. Good morning, everyone. Under normal circumstances, I'd give you a long, unwarranted life lesson while you all sit in the heat, probably wanting to just receive your diplomas so you can all take pictures with your friends and family. However, these are not normal circumstances, so we get to skip me droning on about my high school experiences. Rather than minutes, I have around 60 seconds, which isn't a lot of time to make a significant impact on an audience. So, because I can't tell my story in 1 minute, I thought I'd tell yours. I asked my fellow graduates to tell me in a few words what Delsea meant to them, so they sent me some quotes. 4 years I will never forget. With the Delsea family, I will always remember. It was a life-changing experience I will get to share with my kids one day. A bunch of highs and lows, but I got through it anyway. It's been a roller coaster of ups and downs, but somehow we've survived. Delsea brought me my forever friends. Senior trip was fun, thanks Amanda. Life lessons learned. 4 years of finding my identity. Like High School Musical, without the singing and dancing. People change, but memories don't. A place where I could laugh, cry, pass out, and occasionally learn all in the same day. High school was fun and challenging. I'm ready for the next stage in my life. A lifetime of endless friends and memories. One heck of a ride and an abrupt ending. Though we all had different high school lives, friend groups, and classes, we somehow are here together. We're graduating on the same day, in the same place, and unfortunately at different times of the day, but with the same feeling in our hearts. We have different stories of our education, but they all have the same ending. And we will all start with this same beginning of our adult lives, here, now, when we walk off this field and leave this place forever. Hopefully we'll come back. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to recognize our special community guests sharing this morning with our graduates. Various representatives of Delsea, Franklin Township, and Elk Board of Education members. Delsea Board of Education members here, Mr. James Kelly, Mr. David Piccirillo, Mrs. Tina DeSilvio, and Mrs. Desiree Miller. We thank you. Parents of the top 3 students and presidents of the class of 2020, student government, and the National Honor Society. Mr. and Mrs. Neisel, Mr. and Mrs. Jankowski, Mr. and Mrs. Starr, Mr. and Mrs. Hunsinger, and Mr. and Mrs. Patrignani. Thank you, everyone. I'd also like to thank the grounds crew led by Sam Teague for doing a beautiful job on getting the field and the stage ready. It wasn't easy with the weather problems that we've had, but we thank you guys and we appreciate it. We're going to talk about our Courageous Crusaders. Today marks the occasion of our recognition of a special award called the Courageous Crusader Award. This recognition is in honor of members of the class of 2020 who have enlisted in a specific branch of our military. We are proud, humbled, and in debt to these fine students. We are in awe of their commitment and especially moved by their pride and dedication to the United States of America. To serve our country in this capacity is the highest honor bestowed upon an individual, and I am proud of their commitment and their willingness to sacrifice and keep our country safe. Please join me in honoring the following enlistees as members of the armed forces. Please stand when you hear your name called, and audience, please hold your applause until all of the Courageous Crusaders have been recognized. Enlisted with the United States Marines, Brendan Boffman. Already serving with the United States Army, Trent Rose. Enlisted in the United States Navy, David DeJoya. And enlisted with the New Jersey Air National Guard, Jocelyn Couch. To the proud men and women that have willingly volunteered to protect our country, the United States of America, by serving in the military, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. May your days be filled with determination, dignity, and honor. May God bless you and keep you safe. At this time, Delsea family, let's show our appreciation for these men and women who have decided to protect our freedom. May peace shine through for these cadets and on our nation. Thank you so much. Endings are often sad, they're often happy, and many times they are a little bit of both. Everyone would choose to plan their ending rather than have one thrust upon them. Then there's the absolute shock of having the rug pulled out from beneath you, as these seniors did on March 13th. That's the funny thing about life. It often doesn't give us a choice. It gives us a situation, or a problem, or a pandemic, and we're left to deal with the fallout. This day is the ceremonial ending of the class of 2020's high school career. But two things I know have not ended today, and they both have to do with impact. One is the impact that you've had on this school, the class, the patience, the work ethic, and the courage you've shown in the face of adversity will be talked about, and its impact felt in all of the classes that come after you. Think about that. You will truly have iconic status because of the way you handled what life threw at you. How many people can say that? You're icons. Two is the impact this place and these times have had on you. You accomplished goals here, struggled to stay afloat at times, made friends and lost others. You played, you worked, and you grew as a person. And then there's the ending. Just a little pandemic, that's all. Your Delsea experience will travel with you nonetheless, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. I know you will wear it well, and I know it will help you navigate the highway of life. I'm so proud of you guys. Good luck, God bless, and remember, you are our Delsea family for life. Board President, Mr. James Kelly, members of the Delsea Regional School District Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Gravener, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Williams, members of the administration and faculty, guests, parents, and friends, I am pleased to present the class of 2020 for graduation. To present the diplomas, I call to the stage Mr. James Kelly, President of the Board of Education, and Vice President, Mr. David Piccirillo. They will be assisted by Superintendent Dr. Gravener, myself, Vice Principals Paul Baradelli and Sidoni Maitland. Names will be announced by the senior class advisors, Mrs. Abby Belinsky and Mrs. Melissa Pilotowski. President Kelly, I do hereby certify that the students' names about to be called have met the requirements of the state of New Jersey and our Board of Education and are entitled to receive a high school diploma. As a result, they are entitled to all such privileges and benefits that this diploma will make available to them. The order of the graduates that are being called are not necessarily the alpha order printed in the program.
Jason Adams. Nigel Scott Perry. Coulter Afflerbach. Nathaniel Bielecki. Jay Arbuckle. Tressa Beener. Lillian Arbuckle. Nicolette Biscardi. Jordan Barr. Dylan Bosco.
Carly Biddle. Kaylee Beckley. Brendan Brunier. Jack Beckley. Tyler Berger. Tegan Bourget. Aiden Burns. Brendan Boffman. Anna Caffarillo. Riley Brandt. Gavin Cannon. Kylie Brown. Anthony Capriotti.
Gabrielle Carbonera. Luke Christian. Taylor Carino. Alina Clark. Joanna Caruso. Brianna Clark. Antonio Catania. Leah Clemenson. Gianna Cava. Zachary Oates. Consuela Kavanaugh. Aaron Collins. Albert Chicalero. Trinity Colvin.
Isaiah Connolly. Avery Curcio. Gianna Consolo. Vincent DeTavio. Tristan Cornish. Charles Delsea. Jocelyn Couch. Tyvon Dawkins. Ellie Crawford. Noah Deckert. Alexander Creary. Shane DeLowry.
Shelby DeVault. Colin Doherty. Tyler DiBiaso. Justin Doherty. Robert Deem. Stephanie Slack. Richard DeFalco. Adam Edding. David DeJoya. Gabrielle Elko. Melanie DeZenzo.
Julia, Allison Franklin, Tara Exley, Alexis Freeman, Michael Fabrizio, Matthew Fricano, Eric Turgeon, Taylor Fry, Carmen Fiore, Leah Gandy,
Austin Gephardt, Shakai Hannah, JC Giuliano, Emily Harden, Andre Gonzalez, Sienna Harden, Travis Griffith, Sierra Harden, Jaden Hammond, Kyle Hargraves, Darius Goldsboro, Tanaya Harper,
Victoria Hassett, Jaden Hoff, Kayla Hayden, Haley Hoffman, Justin Helmer, Gianna Horvath, Yaceres Henriquez, Jack Hutchison, Amaris Hernandez, Julia Icarino, Jillian Hiles,
Brianna Johnson, Eleanor Keenan, Connor Johnson, James Keenan, Demetrius Johnson, Jared Keenan, Tyjan Johnson, Alexis Kelly, Kanaya Jones, Brandon Kelly, Robert Kahana, Mason Kelly,
Joseph Kelton, Christiana Kutu Okoye, Daniel Kennedy, Jalea Kutu Okoye, Rebecca Kobik, Emily Lancetta, Janelle Kopfer, Brandon Langley, Richard Kurczewski, Aaron Latimer, Dane Lacerte, Patrick McNamara, Riley Hunsinger,
Class of 2020, let's hear it for them. Before concluding today's ceremony, I would ask that you remember that no one will be coming onto the field after the ceremony. Graduates will be leaving to the middle school parking lot. We ask that you take your pictures off-site. We have another group coming in after you. I would like to introduce the president of the class of 2020, Chucky Starr, who will conclude this morning's commencement.
To the class of 2020, we made it. We graduated. Where we should have and how we should have. No matter what the world threw at us, we didn't give up on ourselves, and those around us didn't give up on us either. Let that be a lesson for all of us as we continue on our journey in this ever-changing world. When life is difficult, don't ever give up. Continue to work hard until you achieve your dreams. It has been my honor to serve as your class president throughout our 6 years together on Delsea campus. We will always be a family, and this will always be home. Once a crusader, always a crusader. Will the seniors please stand for the singing of our alma mater, and seniors please remain standing for the ring and tassel ceremony.
You're going on the date. You're singing on the date. And when they're done, back in the seats, then follow over.
Class of 2020, please follow my lead.